double up, yeah. Double up, the money I color. Double up, the money I color. 2 turns of 4, 4 turns of 8. Sleep and get paid, rich when I wake. I bet the bank, I set the pace. Guess what I make, that's what I make. Counting pockets, that's a trending topic. You got this and you got that, but got no spending options. I keep quiet, but still get it rocking. I keep quiet with it in my pocket. I keep quiet, moving stuff for silent. Double up, the money I color. Double up, the money I color. I swear God been blessing me. You think you been testing me? Don't mean lemons, watch lemon squeeze. Pieces been my recipe. You buy watch and bust them down. Mine is my investment piece. Heard your mixes drowning out. You need to call Trevor, please. I don't fold, I don't fear. Pearly whites, no veneers. Keep it clean, check it's clear. Water clear, P is clear. See the light, you go dear. See the light, I go near. Let me shine, watch me shine. I'ma shine, vision clear. Double up, the money I color. Double up, the money I color. Mentally feel like Kobe, I'm like Jokic with the rock. You physically couldn't hold me, I don't care if you pushing 40. You can never little bro me. Euro step like Ginobili, from young OG to the OG. From nosebleeds to floor seats. Circle stronger than Cuban links. My gold dance, your gold plated. You verse me, now that's a reach. We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? We ready. Been ready. I waited. My turn. On God. Hell steady. I keep dropping back to back. I keep going if you let me. I've been sitting at the top, looking down at those who left me. Promise I'm not being petty. I'm the one they envy. Brody moving state to state. Make $1 million out the semi. Plus I grinded from the start. I was stacking pennies. I might dip like Machiavelli. After the confetti. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Gotta get the cake. Okay, this ain't what you used to.
Check 1 2 1 2.
This ain't what you used to. I do me, do you? I do me, do you? This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. No, this ain't what you used to. Switch up from the bikes to a new coupe. You know I keep some new shoes. Keep it simple, not like you. All night, get right. Know you know the price. Know you know the name, no games. I need all my money now. Not playing, man. This ain't what you used to. I might fly to LA. It's cold weather, ain't informate, hit the bank, run your way. What you used to, and I'm grinding to the top. I can't let it slip away, so I gotta get the pay. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new, this ain't what you used to. I do me, do you. I do me, do you. This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. Calls keep
Good one, Mr. Miles. Good one.
This ain't what you used to. So you get on my nerves. Try in my line, get curved. This ain't what you used to. Run around, swerve. Everybody here knows the word. This ain't what you used to. No, you know the drill. Always paying, now I see the rail. This ain't what you used to. I get it in for my kids. Stack those chips and I get that check. Not what you used to. You see how I live. Work my biz. I'm too far from the
Let's
rest.
kick it.
Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new. This ain't what you used to. I do me, do you. I do me, do you. This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you.
I thought you said let's kick it. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like Bitcoin has made a little bit of a comeback here. She was sentenced to death earlier on someone else's live stream, just going to the downside, but she decided not to do that. I wonder what could have changed her mind. What do you think, Frank? Well, Bob, I noticed when I draw the trend line and just kind of take a look at the trend, it does look like she just came down and touched it and decided to go the other way. But Bob, they were clearly calling for a shoulder, head, and shoulder to the downside. Bob, I don't know what to say about that other than anyone that would say that is clearly misinformed or just poorly trained, because everyone knows that the head and shoulders pattern is a top reversal, and you know it's just kind of silly when you start seeing people claiming a top reversal pattern on a bottom. I agree with you, Frank. Well, that makes total sense to me. Frank, what do you see that Bitcoin might be trying to do right now? Well, Bob, you had noticed she's going to the upside. Now, if I draw another trend line over here, Bob, you can see where she got past our goal there. For good, gorgeous Bitcoin. I think the crowd's getting excited, trying to get her to rally up or even another target ahead. And that I see coming in at about $66,800 just by the guesstimation. But I'm sure there's someone we could probably turn to that would probably give us a little bit of a better idea about where price might go this evening. In fact, I think there is a live trade that is going on that doesn't cost $1,800 to make a $50 profit. Oh, shut the hell up! You can't be serious! No, for real, I'm serious. You don't have to spend that much money to make money. Oh, come on. Now I see it all the time. There's a $2,000 trade into the upside, so I can get out at my 3% and make my $50 and repeat that 10 times a day. But how many times, Frank? How many times do you actually see people actually doing that? And why? Why? It's such a silly strategy anyway. Maybe we should ever break that down. Let's kick it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for hanging out.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I sincerely thank you very much.
Welcome to Late Night Crypto, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Senor Road Dog. We're looking here at the Bitcoin 1 minute chart. Oh my God. But you know what? We's in a live trade, baby. We's in a live trade, but we just plays it different. Should I show you how different?
Where is you, Lives Trade? Is my microphone on? Sometimes this little boomer forgets to hit that button, even though Mr. Miles reminds me. Where are you, Live Trade? Well, come on and share it, baby. Is this you? We're having technical difficulties here, ladies and gentlemen, trying to find it. What's that? Whoa, what happened here? How do I have two of you? I'm confused. Well, okay, I'll run with this one. Where are you at? Oh, that's profit and loss. No? Yes, no? Road Dog is confused if you say that. Oh my gosh. What do we got going on here? Which one is this? I have two trades going on. I got a BTC USD pair, which, okay, and linear contract. That's what I'm looking for. The dollar one. All right, so me playing around, I'm actually losing track of my stuffy here. I've got my stop losses set, and I set them. Well, I was actually more tracking like this trend line, so I'm set in case you come down below this mark, below this trend line. All right, so what do we got going on here? Oh, I see what I did. Current position. Here we go. I'm up 8% at $18, and I got in at 66,380. It's ironically the same price that somebody else did earlier. That's just crazy. Different takes on how to play this little guy. Oh, am I not on the? I'm on the 15-minute here. Maybe I'm too ahead of myself. Let's identify this. I've been charting this on TradingView, so I haven't really got it charted out. 66,380. Where was that? 66, 66, 66. 380 right here somewhere. Let's go, Road Dog. Come on. This is good enough right here. Oh, you're not going to line for me? Okay, so it doesn't work quite as well over here. Somewhere through here. All right, so we got our trade. Our trade is open. We're up $18. What I'm doing basically is I'm just trading the 6 minute on this. If I want to look at it as that kind of trade, really, I was doing something bigger, but hell, there was so much. Well, you can't get me down below a 15-minute here. Really, I didn't know that. Well, I guess we're trading the 15-minute on this until I figure out how to. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. 1 minute right there. I knew you were on there. Actually, I was on 6. I'm on 6. To be honest with you, I'll take 5 as a compromise. So here's where I do my setups, right? On a bigger time frame. And then if I want to get down to the 1 minute and start playing around, I can. This looks very juicy to me over here, where we got these what we call tweezer bottoms here, kind of, sort of ish. But we got two equal nice candlesticks, or they're relatively around the same at a bottom area. Basically, it's a trend line that we want to look at, and that one qualified. It's not really drawn on here to my satisfaction, but normally I like to take things bodies to bodies, and that gave me a solid trend line. We wicked below there, right? And it freaked people out. And, you know, of course, wherever's candles going seems to be what direction everybody claims that we're headed. And it was a red candle, so we're headed to the downside with it. Some people calling for a regular head and shoulders there, which is just absolute crazy to me. Here's my take on this. I'm waiting for a lower low from this, so I can establish the actual trend. Now, there's a trend here that I can play and take profit should I want to. I have not done that yet, but I did have a stop loss put there. Let me see if I draw that trend, because we not really established it. It's not really established. So are you going to work for me? Okay, can we do that? I'd rather do this on TradingView, to be honest with you. Like here. So basically, my 1 minute, now we are finding rejection there at the 200 moving average on this particular time frame, which was what I was looking for. And this is a good time for me to actually peel off just a little bit of profit, just because of that fact alone, if nothing else. But basically, I'm looking for a trend line. I'm looking from candle bodies to establish that. And this is what I've got, and that's kind of what I've had before. We haven't broke that yet, and it looks kind of funky over here. Just drag her down a little bit. But okay, but if I want to watch this on the 1 minute and say I want some take profit points, here would be my first, which I didn't. But by my rules, that would be a great place because I got a bigger thing going on here, baby. Actually, I can tighten you up here and even do. Oh, I think you're right at it on that one, wick to wick, baby. You're right at wick to wick. We have to see if that's legit there. All right, so here would have been the take profit point here. By my strategy would have been another. I don't have to guess. Am I far away from the 21 moving average? And I would only be interested in getting in these trades at a lower area. Now, earlier tonight, I had the privilege of seeing another YouTuber, and here's what they were doing. They were, a flag to the upside, bounce off the 21, biggest freaking measure move that you can possibly take, which, it almost made it up there. It didn't quite, but it didn't matter because that, as soon as it got up here, that trade was over. Then waited for, price to do what it's going to do. Another flag. And you can play it this way, but I'm like, why? Totally upside, which did not get hit. But here's what's confusing me about what I'm seeing earlier is that, I'm seeing this. You got a trade set up to whatever. Damn it, I didn't get in time and whatever. A stop loss set. You've got a trade figured out. Why you want to trade toward the top of a trend line, I have no freaking idea. I mean, this is the area you should be looking at, possibly shorting for real. But, it's me Monday morning quarterbacking. But no, you've got a trend line there. That's what I'm looking at. And it just amazes me. But nailed it like a boss. Didn't have any plans for any kind of short, planned ahead or anything. But my strategy, would have been a little bit different. I'm more of looking for this, and sure, I wouldn't have nailed the top. But my strategy would be looking for something more like this. And you'll see that as we kind of actually put it into play here. But confirm breakout here above the 9 moving average. And then I'm waiting for this trend line to break. And I would be guaranteed at least 0.37%. Versus maybe 0.1% and 0.13%. I don't know. Everybody's got a different take, but this is just a different way that I'm going to show you. But this would be the main trend. But if you wanted to do your dual take profits, when you get a run, boom. How do you know when to get out? Breaks trend line. Watch the next move there. When do you know to get out? When Mr. Boy is starting to want to buy. Boom. It keeps taking off. Okay, you can add more if you want, or just let the rest of it ride that you had. And we said take profit, and didn't say sell it all. Another trend line. Boom, exit point. And this would be your, or take profit, and this would be your final exit for the rest of your position. That's really how I play it. I have a stop loss set behind here, and I'll just find little take profit areas if I want to do it at that time. Depends on what time frame I'm trading or whatever. But if we're on a 1 minute, wouldn't that be a little bit better? And I mean, that's kind of what we're doing now. Same thing I'm talking about now. Pay yourself a little bit. Now we got something else going on. Flirting with my trend line. I hadn't broke it, but now I can move my stop loss up to, what is this, 66642? Let's do that. Put your money where your mouth is, baby. Where did that trade go? So I can move this up a little bit. What was it? I'll go with 642. That gives me a little extra. I think that was right? 642. Yeah, that's below this lower low here and below my trend line. So I'm basically putting my stop loss here below this low and below that trend line. Now, if this makeshift trend line is, it's better on the 6 minute. Okay, that's kind of where I got it from. It's not that great. Well, that's my line in the sand right now. Did we do that? That looks so weird now. It looked better a few minutes ago. And there's some little rounding going on right there too. And I believe she's not. I'm not so that she's done with this yet. I'm not. Respect that angle, baby. See that channel? So that gives me more confidence in this line. She breaks. We call it over. But Ichimoku Cloud kind of suggests, baby, I'm ready to try to do something here. I may let you bounce off of this. And all along this, all I got to do is just follow along, man. Look, there's a trend line. She might bounce off of there. If she doesn't, well, we might be going a little lower. Maybe to retest this little guy. So we'll check back in on this, but right now, I'm just going to move this guy over here to the 6 minute because that's where I was really kind of starting this out. That's just a little thingy thing. What I would show you is what I've already erased. What made me think about doing this ahead of time? And I posted this over in the group. Well, you know, I took this. Where'd you go, baby? I took this Fibonacci from this low right here to that swing high. Okay. And look where we bounced from. The 1618. That means that should be completed. This ratio should be completed. This swing should be completed at that 1618, meaning that that's a good bounce place. And that's when I started buying in over CoinEx and buying in on some other positions, or looking to buy in after this was confirmed. I do have some MexC positions going on too. How's that one doing? By the way, I don't have that one on my computer though to show you. It's a small one though, because it's a small account. I'm up 37% on that little guy, and I had an entry at 66,111. So I was aiming at her down here after she confirmed her bounce. I was getting in, and I've added to that position, and it's brought my overall entry up. I can't remember the exact first entry that I had there, but that's what I try to do. That's what I try to do. Look for that. You got to bounce, and now you got a trend line that it's been respecting, and then eventually bounced all the way off to. And this is just a little section that I'm adding to the show from time to time that I just like to call better than life. Now, what do you guys want to talk about? We should be taking a look at the weekly close on Bitcoin, most likely, but let me check in with you guys as soon as I get some of this stuff cleared out here. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Man, I hope that microphone's on. I'd hate to go through all that stuff again. So we got some requests tonight. I see ABT. Jackson wants STX. Shout out to everybody here, man. Got Rising Sun and Jackson and Mr. Miles. Sleek Coil. But Bob. Disclosure Crypto. Oh, well, thank you, my man. Mr. Miles, let's get those likes up. Hey, I like the way you think, Mr. Miles. That does help me. I got a tiny little channel with some finicky subscribers because I went up to 1,400 and dropped back down to 113.95. And bless your hearts, somebody just upped me one. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm a little different, but you know, I'm not trying to shill you anything. Other than maybe a Tangem wallet if you need one. You know, you might see some subliminal shills around here. That's how I work. I'm not going to sit here and shove anything down your throat. Try to talk you into parting with your hard money because you need to put your hard money to work in crypto because we got hard times coming in the world. If you haven't noticed, that's my motivation. You need Jesus and you need money. You need Bitcoin and crypto. So preferably in that order. But since I'm on here Bitcoin and watching us get rejected here at this 200 moving average on a tiny, I'm on the small time frame, people. I'm on the 6 minute, and this is not going to tell me where we're going to be next week, okay? Let's get that clear. Some people are thinking that it is, but it's not. So 6 minutes, still holding a non-moving average. That's great and everything, but rejected out that 200, man. So one of two things that need to happen. You get a bounce here and try to reclaim that. That'd be great. Doesn't always happen. We got a 50 crossing to 100. Maybe that'll help us. Ichimoku Cloud says, hey, I kind of like where you're thinking. So maybe there's a little support here, but normally we would get rejected here. Price keeps coming down rather than going up. This is going to curve over, and then that is going to be the rejection, and we will come back down and probably retest 66,500-ish. Well, that's what I got on Bitcoin. Let's go take a look at the weekly. It is Sunday night. We like to do the weekly candle close. Let's see if we can get one that I haven't mucked up too much. I'm going to tell you that the Ichimoku Cloud as the indicator on the weekly looks bitchin' right now. Now, there might be a sign of some a little funniness because it's getting a little thick, but she looks pretty good. I'd like to see the bottom start swinging up. That would be really cool. We're reclaiming the non-moving average on the weekly. We just need to close a candle above it. Probably, you know, like next week, I'd say. Is that true? I mean, this is not right. I'm on Hikinosh. Let's go with this. Okay. We have reclaimed the non-moving average on the regular Christmas tree candles here, and that's a great start. That's a good sign. It's also above this trend line that I've got here that is kind of a big deal for me. If you listen to me, I'm cry like a baby when we get back behind there because, oh my God. That's not that bad, but I go bearish when we get below that, and we just opened a candle above it, which is what I need to see for my thesis that number getting ready to go up in Bitcoin. Number getting ready to go up in Bitcoin. Number getting ready to go up in Bitcoin. Make sure everybody heard me on that. It's just got some bullish ass signs here on the weekly to me, especially on the regular Christmas tree candles. I probably wouldn't have picked that up on my regular. Well, yeah, it's promising, but that's a nice big thing. It's just a candle. So I expect us to start hitting these areas about 69,000. Did you say that out loud? I did. This weekly's got me feeling bullish, baby. I like our moving averages, and look, man, the only thing, no, it's not. Yes, it is. The only thing that's holding us down is this 100. It's got to cross that 200, and that's going to take a little while. That's going to be a month or two out of the way, probably. But, you know, it's okay because it's been under and we've had a nice move and it's headed up and to the right. It's just got to catch up a little bit, but that's when we should really get probably a pullback after it happens and then shoot up even higher. But I like what we're seeing here, bouncing off my trend line, keeping my thesis true so I don't look like a total idiot on YouTube and next month for saying all that. Yay, thank you. I like it when ideas play out because it sucks when they don't. But we just adjust because they don't always play out. Looking on the 4 hour for a little bitty Bitcoin, lost that trend line. Now we're playing with another idea, right? You can look at it this way. Some people even do this. Why not just do them both? Gosh darn it. That broke. See if it'll hold, baby. You got this, you got that, maybe. Fully upside. Switching back to my candles. I like Hikinashi. They take all that noise out. Makes it easier, especially if you do pattern trading and you're not using Hikinashi. Why not? It makes your pattern trading so much easier. So much easier. Okay, ABT, SD is stacks, right? STX, ICP, or I got sidetracked there looking at Bitcoin. Yeah, stacks. Mr. Miles, yeah, kaspa, gotcha. You still remain very cool. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Weekly is looking good to me. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Thought I saw some people saying that I guess they didn't like the clothes that we got. Man, that candle open looks bitchin'. Fish Guru, I'm off. Hey, man, good night, Fish Guru. Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate that. Weekly close is just over 66. That's good. If over 60 is 65.5, I believe is what we were looking at. Yeah, that should be a good thing. All right, let's get into our juicy little altcoins that we got. Let's take a look at ABT. I keep wanting to call it Alliance Blockchain. Why? It's not. We're getting to the crypto. This is Arcblock over on Coinbase's. Lucky did that target get hit or what? The fibs, the power of the fibs. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I know we had everything going against us to do that, trend lines and everything in the channel, but there was that chance, and there it is, the power of the fibs. Still got a measure move up here, 556. Oh, I guess we should adjust that now, right? All right, yeah, this is kind of important to do too. So that's our channel. I think this is it, isn't it? That's a measure move, right? Just go. Yeah, that worked. Put that at the breakout area. Now we got to raise this. Gosh darn it, man. I'm so sorry, but you're going to have to settle for a higher target price. Does that disappoint you? Please don't unsubscribe because of that. But I'm now updating this target to 584, and what I'd like to do is just to see if I got any kind of fib confluence on this little guy at those areas. So I'm going to take a swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. Line you up there. Where would you be? You're not going to help me out. Bear with me just a moment. I'm just doing a little double checking on a few things here. Sometimes I just like to be accurate. I like it when my targets get hit. That's kind of important to my trading style. Oh, wait a minute. Supposedly that helps the algorithm. All right, so keep in mind that now that we're starting to change directory here. Okay, so this is the first step that we look at for a possible parabolic move. And angles are very well respected on this chart. So just knowing that, this still got 483 might be a interesting place wherever that trend line goes. All right, I'm going to pull some fibs and we'll get some just a target here. Well, I must say, I must go with you, baby. We'll wait on that one. We'll see how we do on... Oh, man, don't do that yet. Let's see how we do on this one. All right, I'm going to take this little guy off because he got hit. Price is currently flirting with maybe coming back into the pattern. If it does, that's not good. We look at to stop somewhere on this trend line and see if you can take another shot at it. Could happen, but I would hope that we come up here to at least 504, somewhere in that area, and it can make some sense with this trajectory that we're on. Yeah, they're right under $5. Measure move I've got is 584 with a little bonus target right here that could come into play at 646. This, if we do keep going from here, that'd be another 1537 or possibly up to another 50% gain on top of whatever you got. As always, I would draw you a trend line, and then this is the one she's respecting though right there right now. And let that be your guide as to, I think trend lines are your best guide to tell you when to get out of a trade. Let's put it that way. And no, I'm not saying that taught enough. That needs to be taught more. Instead of being taught just to jump out whenever, man, dude jumped out because he was scared it's going to go down. Luckily, he was right, but maybe it was his subconscious mind telling him, man, there was a trend line there. You shouldn't have bought in anyway. I'm just saying. All right, so that was ABT. Let's go. I forgot I was doing another one. STX. Move on to STX here. Oh, what you doing, STX? Man, my rewards on Bitcoin stacking this is getting so much better after they've done whatever that they did. And well, we got going on here on the bigger time frame though. Okay, so we were looking at megaphone pattern and it went crazy all the way up here. And then she didn't. She decided, oh, sucks when they come back in the pattern. So we drew a trend line, but she's possibly, making another megaphone. Could have happened. It didn't happen, but it could have. And so there were two instances right here with this trend line to call it quits. There were several places here telling you take profits or get out. Several things that could have given you some clues. I'm just through this to reinforce some ideas. Maybe if you don't do this, maybe you could try it next time. See if it works better than some of the other things that may have been shared here on YouTube. Daily's flirting with this 200 moving average, trying to find some support there, but man, I've got to just clear this off and take a look at her and see what she's got going on overall in stacks. Oh, that's cool. We got to really zoom out on this one, don't we? So she's getting a pullback after a nice double. Dude, look at that double bottom. Does that not remind you of something? Does that not look like? I don't know. Every time those things seem to make things just go straight up sometimes. All right, I'm just going to go with these standards here, and let's just see where we're coming back to. So haven't quite touched that 618 for this move there. Well, yeah, no, that's probably coming then, Bob. Gosh, I can't believe it's not written in stone that this will happen, but we got to put that on the radar. That 116 might come into play at some point. I'm kind of doubting it, but what do I know? There are arguments to be made for it. But mostly we're trying to look at 174, 175 area. Hopefully get a bounce. If we do that, we'll just go ahead and mark it up here. If we do that, we could be looking at a target about 535 coming out of stacks. Getting that bounce won't be immediate, but that's a good place to look for the next time that this top action happens that we really want to pay attention to make sure that we're taking profit out of would be around 535. So I'm on the 5-day chart. So she's 3 days giving her a green light over here, but I'm not sure that that's going to be what she needs to totally recover just yet. I'm really looking for this is starting on the 3-day. This is looking good here. This 178 area. But do remember, the biggest thing is we broke that trend line. So there can be a retest up to this area and then a drop down, and it could bounce here or it could come on down here. That's kind of what I'm looking for. We're in a big Ichimoku green cloud, and she ain't going to let us leave for anytime soon. No red in sight until August. Okay, no red in sight until August on stacks. So we might be hanging around here for a little while. I'm just saying, but overall, Bigger moving averages are up and to the right, so we got that for us. So we should at least catch around 150 because there's support over here, and the moving average on this bigger time frame is also throwing that one out there. So stack's going through a little bit of a downtrend right now, so the thing to do is start looking for when the uptrend or a uptrend starts, and that's you watch the top trend line now and look for any possible breakouts. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to go straight up, but it does mean that, hey, we got a better chance of at least going sideways and then up. ICP, close the door then. Lucky on the 3-day. Look at this. Let me get this stuff out of the way. So a bounce off of this trend line area here. It shows a wild one from way back here. It's hard to. It is difficult when you got a lot of space between one of these old trend lines. I mean, technically, I guess you could say she bumped off the top of it. Respected that. We'll keep her down here just in case. All right, so ICP, I'm on what, the 3-day? Do I need to? I don't. Okay, well, I can remember that one. Wait a minute, I think I got more stuff up here. No. I just want to clean out my chart so I can see what I'm looking at. I don't think I care about this guy anymore. I don't think we need to care about that guy anymore. Well, we still got these. Do we need those? That was from. Nah. All right, let's go to the daily. Got a breakout, baby. Now it's got falling volume with a rising price. There wasn't so cool. Probably some say that leads us to a little divergence and a little pullback, in which, yeah, we got. Bouncing off the 9, I like that. So 90s across the 21 moving average, what I'm looking for. We got the reddish smoky cloud. That's why I keep it back here. I like it because if we start touching it, it's going to suck us up into it and hopefully spit us out on the other side. Just what it usually does. It likes to do that. It's the green ones we got to avoid touching because they usually like to make us go to the downside somehow. Just what they like to do. Start playing with them. So basically, let's go to the 4 hour. It could probably be a little bit more apparent what's going on right here. Basically, this trend line right now is what we're respecting, and if you're in it, stop losses is below that trend line, baby. Let's play this little sucker out because she looks like she's starting to do something a little bullish, which is those megaphone patterns, which means that, oh man, really? You want to do it? Targets, short-term targets anyway. 1440, 1528. Those are my money makers. With the possibility, oh man, this got so much confidence on this freaking chart. With a possibility of reaching 1704-ish. I already got a trend line there. I already got targets up there. We're just waiting on it to happen. Cool. What else you got here? This has some bullish divergence on the web on the daily chart suggests that this will be a nice little turnaround and that we will gradually just climb up and we will make a lot of shit a ton of money with the ICP. That's the game plan anyway. Just got to see some things. She's going to be up and down a little bit. Expect that. Okay, just expect some ups and downs. And she'll probably flirt through this trend line a few times because she's wicked through it before. So we're going to move it down just a little bit, okay? Just so we won't get freaked out. Thing to look for on these bigger time frames, let's see, 6 hours is cool. 4 hours is a good example here. Stochastics are buried at the bottom. So they start moving to the upside. That's like putting the gas to the pedal, and we should get a nice little rise to the upside. I need that money flow to get back in green, though. That ain't cool. We need that money flow. That because the money flow in the red, and then this is going to suck. out of anything on this VMC or market cipher indicator, the most important thing, in my personal opinion, actually is money flow. Ichimoku Cloud says, don't worry about it, baby. I got you back. We're going to make some ups. So Ichimoku Cloud's at least looking for us to at least touch 13 again. So let's put that back on the radar. ICP. Looks like she's trying to bounce off this area. 100 moving average. Come back up, retest the 200. 1304. She needs to keep going. Need to get this 9 moving average and this red 21 above this 200 moving average. It can only do that by following price. So we need a lot of volume to come in and start pushing this up. And it can happen because we're getting some nice areas to bounce from. ICP is looking promising. It is one of my longer term holds. If you want to look at the previous ideas that were possible here, you've actually got a nice little fat headed octopus inverted head and shoulder pattern, which measure move actually would have been made right over here. So a retest of this is normal and then a bounce from it. So it's playing by its rules too. So you also have that idea to contend with. And the fact that we broke out from a channel and it's retesting the breakout area. So 3 different ways we look at it, 3 different ways of confluence that has given us the idea that ICP should be making higher highs and higher lows. It should be on an uptrend now. And so far it is. Yay! We just need to go higher. Let's take a look at Total 3 real quick and just take a look at altcoins because, you know, right now we've been getting rejected here. We're hoping that we're hoping we'll come back up here. Can't happen this week. It can. We're not out of the woods yet. I mean, we still got a trend line that we're holding here, and as long as we kind of hold it, we got a chance to bounce in Monday, Tuesday, probably Tuesday, Wednesday. Might see a little bit more action of altcoins. We'll hope anyway. It's this little guy over here we got to watch out for. That's Bitcoin dominance because it is really looking like it's wanting to do a sneaky ass move. And if it gets too strong to the upside, which it looks like it wants to do, this can slam down. And then we might have to look at this as being one of them dang bear trap ideas or bear flag ideas. And if it loses this trend line, we don't want to lose that trend line. Altcoins will take we will start crying if we lose this trend line. We don't want to lose it. This one right here. So we need to see some good actions out of altcoins and Bitcoin this week. Check out, let's see, we did ABT, we did Stacks, we did ICP, let's do kaspa. Inverted head and shouldery? Not yet, but it could still be working on it. I would love to see that happen. When we on the 4 hour? 4 hour looks pretty decent. I'm going to zoom out to the daily just because that's what we should do. We want a better idea of what's really going on. Look at the bigger time frames. Are we getting a breakout? Are we finally getting that breakout that we've been hoping for? Getting a breakout and a, what do we call it? Death cross at the same time with the 50 crossing the 200. So I can't make that up. The best thing we got going on our side that I can see right now is the 100 being so far away from the 200. So we're just going to take some work to get them to cross and for us to really, really go head on bearish on this. And that would be head on bearish. So the 100 saving our asses right now, and there's a chance we should come up there and touch that little guy and make sure he's real. I still got that as a target at 13.6 cents. And if we do, well, then we got a breakout. And we're in the middle of a Ichimoku red cloud over here, and that's good. We want that. So I'm for that. I'm not for this stuff rolling over, which could also happen for a little bit and bring us down, you know, back to 11.5 and blah, blah, blah. So we need some more stuff out of kaspa. What are you doing here on the 4 hour? We got red, we got green, red, green on cloud. Come on now. We can do better than this kaspa. Here we got the 100 moving average crossing the 200, and I say this, sometimes when that happens, you see price come down. You see it and you go, oh, it's bullish, it's just time to just jump in. I say nay, wait, because I'm finding about 2 out of 3 times, man, sometimes it even comes back and touches that 100 moving average, which is where right around this little area we got marked there with 11.8. Doesn't mean it had. Hopefully, it wouldn't break through the trend line. Maybe it should just kind of shuffle down. I don't know, man. I don't know what she's going to do. I just know she broke this trend line right here. She broke it to this trend line right here. And she need to break back into it. Being above this one's a cool deal. See how accurate it is on this time. That's tighten up my game here on this particular time frame. On this particular time frame, we're not quite where we need to be just yet. But it's looking good. I do like that. I like what the moving averages are doing here. The 100 crossing 200, that's a big deal. That's a good deal. So we might come back, but then eventually that can help us get higher. Some people probably calling us an M double top, while somebody else is calling us like Cop and Andy to the wait till we break out over here before we get any confirmation of any bigger moves. I need to see this trend line broken, maybe retested, but this is what I'm looking for. And stop losses below the old trend line, so when it's safe areas are 111.4 or below by my techniques anyway. Tighten up your game. That's a good one here. Underneath here, underneath these candles should be safe. 11.2. Hey, there's Joe from Trade Intuition. How's it going, Joe? Brackets of Interest says ONDO. Let's check out ONDO. Guys, make sure that you check out Joe's channel. He does some excellent education over there too. And if you don't understand what he's teaching over there, well, then you need to hang out there more for one thing, and two, that's the basic fundamentals, man. It's giving you his thought process on how he would do the trades, helping to give you a little bit more understanding about how this market works. Oh, ONDO broke our trend line. That would have been the perfect place to take profits or have a stop loss. Is beneath this trend line, how I do it. I didn't used to go over this as much, but I just, you know, I mean, that seems to be a place where people have trouble and knowing where to put a stop loss or even the ideas behind maybe even doing a swing trade. A swing trade is, well, this is a swing. We do, if I pull a fib, I go swing low to swing high, because that swing is now over. If you were actually doing a swing trade on this particular time frame, then technically by the rules, you would get out when that swing is over, and the indication that the swing is over is when you break the trend. But now, it doesn't always mean that it just goes down, though. If we're really bullish, man, she can climb up the underside of it. And, you know, you see that happen a lot. That's why it's not a perfect thing to help you nail the tops with the strategy. It's not to do that. It's to mostly help you make the most of the money and save your ass from losing it. And so price could rise up there, do a double top, and then do it. I mean, or just keep going in some kind of, you know, until it makes a higher high and do it. It can when things get bullish. So it's not perfect, but you just go. But we lost this trend, and immediately we go, well, and I want to start doing colors on this. So now we're in a bearish trend. Break out of that, we should be starting our bullish trend with a confirmed breakout. Doing a look for confirmation. Make sure you got some other signs. I like the non-moving average, and you know, if we're above it, that's usually a good sign. And then whenever price starts doing what it does, breaks it up above is what we're looking for, retest and make. You know, once you make that lower low, now you got another trend. And you draw a trend line. And you track that little sucker with your stops below. And you can get in, or if you didn't take all of your profit, because you don't have to get all the way out. You don't have to jump all the way out. This way you can maximize the overall larger swing, which may be coming into play, which will pay you out even better and help you hit higher targets. So, I mean, I guess people have it a different way, but I gotta call BS on this crap where you're jumping in, especially on these 1 minute flags and stuff, and just making. I saw a $1,700 trade to make $50. To make $50 profit. And it didn't even go by the trade setup that was going. It was just, oh, I'm going to get out. And then we're like, nailed it like a boss. And I'm like, well, if you knew that that was the place to get, why the hell did you have a take profit way, way up high? I mean, this method, I feel, gives you some solid lines in the sand. It's not guessing. There's no guesswork. I mean, after things happen, they can go back, oh, look, and there was some bullshit, and this was that, and that one, that would have told you. It didn't tell you to short, did it? Because that would have been the thing to do. Or that particular move there, or wherever it was on Bitcoin. Anyway, it's just interesting. That doesn't help me, and I don't think it helps a lot of people, but I do think a trend line gives you that information, and you can fine tune it. See, I'm on the 4 hour here looking at that. You know what you can do so much on a smaller time frame if you were doing all that. Oh my gosh. Look, this was it on the 4 hour, right? If I'm on the 6 minute, look, I can do this one. I can also do all of these wherever I want to decide to take profit. I just follow the little swingies. But what I'm seeing is that before the swing gets established, dude teaching people to get out like a boss. And I don't get it. And just, I see a better way. I just see a better way. And that was episode 2 of Better Than Life. Let's come back and see what you guys are doing. Close the door there. Jimmy on Soul. How's that one doing, man? That one's wrecked a lot of people. And then she bounces. That figures. That would freaking figure. Interesting that it's bouncing. Well, I mean, I can see it in the chart, but interesting that this one tied to GME stock would be bouncing beforehand. They don't. Is Robinhood? Are they doing after hours trading or something over on Robinhood? Because normal people can't do that. What the hell? What about regular GME? What's it doing? I'm looking on my phone at Robinhood. She's at a whopping. Y'all get over it. Can we do it? Can we trade on that? The security is available on the 24-hour market. You can trade even while other markets are closed. This new session is available under limit orders, risk apply. Really? Is it just for GME so that you can screw everybody, or can we do it with, like, can I buy Amazon stock right now? Can I buy? Or I can't tell. I don't really have any cash over there right now. It's all in Bitcoin. So interesting. Okay, so GME. Damn. I just know somebody got burned on this, and that just makes me. That's the way this market works, man. That's the way this market works, man. And now it does come back. And that's the way the market works, man. It can get to you, and it can make you want to leave. And as soon as you feel that way, it will just flip the script on you. Damn. It is so good at it. This market is designed to take your money. So GME on the 4 hour looks kind of cool, bouncing off the 200 moving average area. I guess it's a little trend line that we can follow now. Now, you guys know how much I love trend lines, right? I mean, for real, right? So this is going to be our main thing here. We need this to always hold. This is our safety or base point. And now we got an upward trend right there. I think I'll make this guy white. And she's already doing the boogie woogie. What was this? Oh, it was this. What was this for? It's got an alarm on it. What was that for? In case we broke it or something? I don't know. It was over here, so I'm guessing it was to let me know if we actually broke through something. This drawing is... I may have removed you. All right, so we got what we need to know to get our targets on this nice move up. And for this little guy, to swing high, to swing low, tell me where price is going to go or can go. But right here, according to my Fibonacci strategy, anywhere under here was the supreme price to pick this up, especially if you find that she's going to be heading up to these other areas of 2.1 cents. Could happen. Not saying that is. It should. Or gosh darn it. All right, so 618, baby. 618. 1.35 cents is a juicy, juicy areas. There are other ways, other places on the way up there. We got to get past this. What is that? 0.0073. We got to get past this line of that history right here. Imperative that we do that. If we do not do that, if it cannot start closing candles above there, well, then you might come back down and retest this line. Well, first this line. Well, to retest this line at 0.0057, and if that doesn't hold, well, then we're coming back to retest this one. That's what I would expect to play out, based on my many years. But I didn't feel bad for saying that. That just makes me feel weird. So every one of these fib areas is going to be a great little target. You look to the left, make sure that there's a little something going on over there at those fib targets, and that kind of gives you a little confluence that there are going to be some areas that we can probably take a little profit from. Every one of them. 0.0095. But you know, me, the way I look at this, if I got this trend and possibly another trend going to be developing here, it does look like it's starting to. Man, I like that guy. So even from where we are now up to the 618 Fibonacci area, 0.0132 area, 83% gains. Yeah. And so I'm guessing if you've been in it, and let's just say from some place down here, 0.004, make it up there, that would be 178% gains. Yeah, now we're talking. That's better than 3%, Bob. Look at here on the MACD, the slow ass MACD lagging indicator is giving you the thumbs up. 8 hours ago. She's a little late to the party, man, but she's fun. She cheers you on when nobody else will, and she kind of warns you ahead of time sometimes when nobody else will. Believe it or not, and you got to kind of watch her. When she starts getting tipsy, you know she's had too much. She don't tell you, you have to watch the sign. When she gets tipsy, well, we'll talk about it. She's the aunt that comes to the party late, but she always brings all the good liquor. That's who MACD is. You know, the cool aunt that you can have at your parties. That you didn't have an aunt. I don't know if I had an aunt like that either, but I always wanted one. Look here, where you had to go to 24 minutes, some oddball time thing, but it just got a golden cross on it, and it's looking kind of cool on this one. She looks good, baby. She looking good. GME trend line. There we go. Break that, and you want another one? Trend line. Break that, and come on to the next one. Looks like she might have another little go-to in there. I like it. Are you going for it? Looks like she's going to try to go for 0.00966. Looks to me like GME is trying to get up another little 23% out of this little deal. Retest these little areas on the right. That's just kind of what I got. Market Cipher is giving her a go ahead here on the 24 minute. You know, Jason Casper has a 4-hour, 24-minute strategy. Let's look at the 4 hours, see if that's in play. Yes, it is. All right, so for you guys that don't know this, and I don't think he talks about this anymore because he's more into his range trading right now. But back in the day when he was big on Market Cipher, 4-hour time frame printing a dot, which it did down here at the bottom. Cool, right? And his thing is you wait till the 4-hour green dot prints, and then you wait for the very next green dot on the Oh, it's already passed. Wait for the next green dot on the bottom green, I believe. Was it? Does it matter? No, that is just right. We wait for the next one on the 24 minute. How will that have worked? Now, if you got it here, they might have occurred at the same dang time too. So matching up a 4-hour dot with a 24-minute dot pretty much did. It nailed it. It's a good strategy. And even if you had to catch the next dot and buy here, you're still already up. So throw that idea out there. You hadn't talked about it in a while. It's a good one. The 4-hour, 24-minute market cipher strategy. Shout out to Jason Casper. An actual good trader that teaches good principles and good risk management. Yet I don't think he gets the respect that he deserves. And if you're a day trader, that's who you want to watch. You can, yeah. Those are the habits and skills and mindsets that you want if you're a day trader, is Jason Casper. Good dude, good dude. Justin Criswell says, Casper, the true digital silver. Can you check? Okay, we did. On Solana. So did that? Okay, we did GME, and I did it on CoinEx. Is that cool? You did it like 2 Solana token, like GME on Solana pair. Casterly lace and a pretty face, ponytail hanging down. Wiggle in the walk, giggle in the talk, Lord. Make the world go round, round, round. I should know that song. Chantilly lace and a pretty. Oh. You're making me question your age, Mr. Miles. That's a 70s country song right there. No, Chantilly lace. Oh, no, that's 50s. That's the bopper. Okay. That's the big bopper. He's not fibbing, or is he? Why do we say thumbs up even when we're only using one thumb? My only response is that you're talking to multiple persons and you're speaking in the plural. That wasn't the satisfying answer that you wanted. All right, well, let's take a look at some altcoins, some juicy altcoins that are pop-a-lopping. Using wanted to use pop-a-lopping today, and I found my opportunity, so I took it. So man, Link looks like this is doing kind of awesome lately, doing pretty nice. Link is, this might be the cycle that Link gets its run, dude. Everybody went crazy for Link in a bear market. It was running in a bear market. It was the best, and everybody just fell in love with it and thought it was the greatest thing. And then, of course, it got old, and other competitors came in, and she then turned into a boomer coin. But this boomer coin is making all the right connections in the big institutional money world, and it's getting partnered up with everybody. That what is it, multi-layer? What do they call it? Whereas it can do all the cool stuff now. Did I erase something? What did I just erase? Hey, I didn't know I had that indicator on here. Oh, look, we can look for the vector candles with the Trader's Reality Vector Candle Indicator, which is looks confusing. It's confusing as hell to me. That's actually a free indicator over there. It's pretty cool. It's just not my style. But I like to look at them. Link is going to have a hard time getting above there, baby, but she did make it up to our little target area. 1737 is what I had. Did you touch it? Or you should have moved it down to the actual line. 1717, did you touch it? Okay, I suck. You didn't nail it. You suck, road dog. Give up your day job. Go stick with your day job. Nice little breakout there. I like that. I think it's the music, man. The music's making me feel weird. Nice possible triple bottom there. I guess we call it that. against a trend line. I like that. Broke this trend line going to the upside. I haven't really established, well, we're on the daily, so you probably kind of follow the overall line. Be easier to follow in the smaller time frame, but it looks weird as hell when you do it that way, though, on the daily. So in smaller time frame, just wait till you get some ups and downsies. Oh, here we go. Right there's the trend line. Roth's there. Okay, that's a little better. So for me, that's my line of standing. I got 21 moving average crossing the 200 on the 6-hour time frame. Why? Maybe I should just take that out. Every once in a while I'll look at it, but I've had some people swear up and down that the 2 hour is just an awesome one to trade. And a lot of times it does seem to give some clearer messages. Just throw that out there. Somebody wants to flirt around with that idea. You might say, oh my God, it is. I love it. I never thought about doing it until. So just share stuff like that. Sometimes I've seen that 6 hour actually look kind of cool, but then sometimes I've seen it look, it just does ass backwards on my Ichimoku cloud, and I'm just like, what the hell? So Linky need to get above $17 so we can make some higher highs. And gosh darn it, I guess I'm just a fib trader now. I think I am. They just do so well for me. They just really do. Well, just make life easier and more mystical. So I'm not planning on taking profit and this stuff just yet. I'm more looking for another area. I'm waiting for 25 for what I'm doing over in my spot margin. To me, trying to, I mean, I might take a little profit on the way, but that's the main place I'm looking at taking a bigger chunk out to help me pay down. Well, I've got a spot margin strategy over there. Just making me some Bitcoin and altcoins, actually. 25 might be a little conservative for you, baby. You might actually hit that 618. Oh my gosh. What is that, 29? I'd love to see that. I'd double dog dare you to do it. Show me that you can. Go do it, Link. Can you tell I've had too much time on my hands this evening. All right, guys, if you got any coins that you want me to take a look at, just throw them in the chat. Otherwise, you're going to look at the ones I want to look at. You may like them, you may not like them, you may agree with them or not, but I'm going to look at NAKA until somebody tells me something, because NAKA's are hurting right now. She broke that trend line. No bueno. So you need to do something big, like you need to break back into it and do something crazy. That ain't cool, NAKA. You got people counting on you, NAKA. Straighten out your game, NAKA. Tighten it up. So gaming coins have probably taken a hit, and I've been wanting to talk about that because, you know, when nobody's looking at these sectors anymore, they're on a rotation. Don't forget that, okay? So if you see good deals on some of these past narratives, some of the fresher narratives, as they cycle around, you know, AI will eventually not be hot again, and those coins will start tanking or not doing well, just not being lackluster. But just keep that in mind. Those are some good times to start looking for buy areas. So gaming coins might be something to pay attention to. Why did you break my trend line? Why? All right, NAKA. Where are you in danger of going? Okay, so I've already got you marked. I didn't dare do this one, but this one, no, I'm not going to. Okay. And this was our last low there. We shouldn't touch it. We shouldn't. We could. Hopefully what we're going to do is pivot. That don't really match up too good. But maybe we got something there. That's hopium. And angles don't really do it for me. Oh, there's the last. I'm sorry. This is our last touch right there. That angle. There we go. That's our one. Our very last touch here on the trend line, where we broke out to that bottom to that bottom. There's an angle being respected there, so we have a valid trend line here that might. I think I'll make it orange. Caution, because she could break, and you might be coming back down here to $1.16 NAKA. Could happen. So let's look for any bounces off of that. Could see 138 if she wants to come down again, and she might. She's got some bearish tendencies going on there, but still 100 above the 200, and they're both up and to the right. Gives us a chance to do a little bit more upside. I'm just not sure exactly how long it's going to hold. She might be making one of those W patterns here, considering this to be maybe a new local bottom. And that's the best we can hope for, because we could get a retest at 179 and then drop. That's what we don't want to happen. Nakamoto. Mr. Miles also listened to Buddy Holly, and I've been accused of having an old soul. You're an extrovert or introvert, Mr. Miles? You ever heard of the Myers-Briggs personality test? It's pretty cool, pretty insightful. Speaking of thumbs up, every like this stream gets an angel gets his wing. A little touch in my heart, Mr. Miles. What's your favorite coin? I won't be offended if it's not kaspa. Really, I fell for that before, Mr. Miles. You got offended. My favorite coin. My favorite altcoin. kaspa is right up there on my list as one of my new favorites. Gee, that's sad, because right off the top of my head, I can't really think of anything. How weird. I gotta, because some people would say soul. I mean, it's not. And so Bitcoin's out of the question. So that's, huh? I can't believe I'm stumped on that, because I think used to, if you asked me that a few months ago or something, what would I have said then? I would say a few months ago my favorite was INJ when she was really doing good. I don't know that I have one, but kaspa is definitely one of the promising ones I got my eyes on. Do you zip then button or button then zip? I'm asking deep questions. I think I zip then button, but I can't swear to it. Oh, Mr. Mouse says I'm an INTJ on that personality chart. Huh. Okay. We have very similar. Is it the same functions? I'm the INFJ and you're the INTJ, so actually we clicked together pretty good. If you had $1,000, where would you put it in the market? I would put at least half of it into Bitcoin, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but I'm telling you, that helps your portfolio do so much better and helps offset the slowness that altcoins might face. As Bitcoin kind of outperforms them, it helps your portfolio out. So that would be the first thing. Now the rest of it, It would have to be in something I'm convicted on that has not really taken off just yet. I would divide that, the rest of it, the rest of the 500. Now we're just talking for like a long-term hold, or are we talking about trading or something? If I was just doing long-term holds, well, I would divide it up into the large, medium, and small market caps. Try to not spread it too thin. You only got $500 left, so 5 coins or less. And then you got to look for a good entry on them, or just DCA. DCA is awesome strategy, by the way. And for anyone that's not like into the trading or into the, not comfortable with the TA yet or anything like that, man, DCA that's your best friend, for real. Especially doubling down when markets drop and it's scary. And maybe when they're green, lighten up a little bit, go half as much. There's all kinds of ways that you can tweak that. Just try to tweak it to where it's more heavier on the downside, where you can get in, juice your prices during lower, when the prices are dumping and everybody's scared or sad or nothing's moving. Man, I don't know. The stuff is changing. I'm finding myself getting a little jaded on altcoins lately. Because when you look at the real, I mean, this cycle is going to be a bubble, and it's wrong to assume that these things are actually worth the valuations that they actually have. You got altcoins, the software, it's a network. I mean, that's not saying it doesn't have value, but we've got it being valued more than actual real estate, brick and mortar of freaking skyscraper businesses and stuff that are worth hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. So for something that doesn't have a physical, there's actual tangible assets and value there in some of these real companies, whereas in crypto, and I think that's argument that the legacy market makes. It's like there's nothing to it. It's just software that doesn't make sense to us. But that's why we see them drop down 90% from their all-time highs, or more, up to 98% sometimes, or they just die. It's very inflated. So it depends on what is the narrative and what is going on. But we know that AI is a big thing, and know that gaming is going to make a comeback. I'm not a big game thing in that one, but that's what everybody else wants or thinks and plays. So there's going to be money coming in. There's going to be VCs putting money in for those people to get them in. So it's going to be a narrative hop. So AI games, layer ones, modular layer one blockchains are supposed to be a developing narrative that is coming out. That's layer twos is saturated. So I'm not interested on that. DePIN, I think it'll be a slow mover. I don't think it's going to do anything crazy like the demo things you put in your cars, the helium miner things, all the hive mapper things. I mean, it's cool and everything, but that's not going to be what makes you the big money. That's going to take a while to catch on and even be useful, and maybe another cycle before you even see the real value use of that. So that stuff's still kind of too early. Layer ones are good. Hopefully I've helped you out there. Joe might have some input to recommend. Strauss, I'm judgmental. Yay! Check SHIB hourly. Now, if I were trading, I would take $100 of that and put into, like on Big Unix, because I see where are we at. Big Unix, I put $100 over here, and I was doing it as a challenge, but well, you're not going to load up on me. You're being weird on me now, Big Unix. Thank you for doing that again. But I turned to if you're comfortable trading, or you know, I turned $100 into well over 1,000. I think it got up as high as 1,600. I know when I got to the $1,000 mark, I just divided it. I think I put 5 or 12. I put 500 in spot and 500 in margin. I ended up getting freaking just wiped out in my margin, the perpetual futures eventually, because that's risky as hell. And then I didn't manage it as well as I should have and could have. Did some stupid, got lazy stuff, so it was all my fault. But the spot held the value, so I still got things over there. But that would be one idea. If you are familiar with trading, you take a little portion of it and grow it bigger. Whether it's, you know, a low leverage, if you feel comfortable, if you're at that point. Otherwise, spot's fine. It just takes a little longer, but you can definitely make some come up in spot. But you would have to take a little portion of it and put in some of the smaller plays if you really want. So some lower markets, say, I like the ones under $50 million, some plays like that. And they're risky, but that's where you can see some good gains and find a good project that's over there. And Tokenmetrics is a good place to start looking at that. We find a lot on the stream that we've run it through Tokenmetrics that are undervalued, and those would be that kind that you would want to look at. And off the top of my head, I can't think of them. But if I do, I'll make a point to point those out or bring it up. FET taking a look at Fetch AI over here on Binancio, respecting my trend line. Respect my trend line. Respect it. Ichimoku Cloud's over here in the red. That's could suck us into it. That's cool. I like that sign. So that gives me a little hope that maybe we'll stay above the 9-moving average and start making higher highs. We're seeing this again. You know, the possible inverted head and shoulder pattern ish. Maybe. Doesn't have a solid neckline for my taste, but hey, that's just me. So I need her to get up here to 246 to confirm that idea. For me. Because I'm a little picky. So we got a possible channel idea there that we might be breaking out of. Retesting. Because I got it in candle bodies there, so that's what I get. And I'm using Heikin-Ashi candles. Let's see what it looks like on the regular. Does it look the similar? Does it? See, they don't. It's a little different on my candles, a little different. But I swear, if you try this with your pattern trading, the Heikin-Ashi candles, I think it gives you an edge. I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there. You have to test it out and see if it works for you or not. It may not work for you. It seems to work for me, though. Looking at R, we've hit $48. Hell yeah. Oh, baby. I got a target up here at $57.69. What is this? Where is that from? Why was that there? From something, a breakout of that? Well, anyway, we're maybe in like a rising wedge. And these normally have a 60% chance by Thomas Kowski standard to break to the downside. However, if they break to the upside, do what they're not supposed to do, well, that could be a strong move. It may just $57 may not hold it, baby. She may come all the way up to 62. And I'm for it. I'm not against it. But this could also be an area for rejection, so look for signs of that. And what would those signs be? Well, stochastics at the top turning to the downside. Money flow turning into the downside. Wave table turning into the downside. Could be. MACD's a good one to look at. And she's leveling out. Not yet showing those signs, but RSI is kind of at 7 and she's kind of up there, so she can still go higher. She's done it before, but she didn't over here. So that's a sign, baby. But she can. Just watch. There's no bearish divergence there, so that's cool. That's actually, that actually is cool. That's actually the most bullish thing I can say, since there's no bearish divergence. That's probably really cool. Any other sign that we're going to break to the upside? We're far away from this Ichimoku green cloud over here. Far, far away. Far, far away. It could be helpful. I would say zoom out to the bigger time frames if you want to guess on that. Instead of going down to the smaller ones to see if it's going to give you that little secret, zoom out to the big ones because that's where it really counts, right? That says, baby, we just getting started. Hold on to your hat, baby. I'm taking you for a ride. That's what you do. I've heard it said that as long as I'm above the 1 minute moving average that I'm bullish, but you know, how many times does price cross the 200 moving average in a day or just in a period? What do we got? I'm below it. I'm above it. 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 But all the time, see, that moving average is moving in a direction, and that's influenced by bigger time frames than this 1 minute. And so you can be above it or below it, bullish or bearish, but you know, if it's going down, you're bearish. If it's trending down, you're bearish. I don't care how many times it goes up above it to the upside. That strategy is probably not going to work unless you're paying attention to some bigger time frames, because they kind of trump out the smaller time frames. That's what I preach anyway. Don't have to agree. Mr. Rouse, tell me my instincts look right about a potential long on kaspa. I'm guessing that's kaspa. Oh, I hit the wrong. That's on. Do I have? I don't have volume on here. That's the only thing that's missing. Okay, this is a fresh chart, so let's see. I thought kaspa was getting kind of wishy-washy. Let's take a look again at kaspa. I think it's just a little too early, but it might. She's like I said, we're below this major trend line. Did a bearish retest on it, and we might be holding an area, but it's not yet confirmed, so it's a little risky to do it, in my personal opinion. Or like a trade. You've got some things that you can throw out there. A trend line, which is way higher than what you want to be in at. My concern is that the 50 moving average on the daily just crossed over the 200. That's my concern. That's on this bigger time frame. That's probably worth listening to because she's probably got some downward action. You know. Maybe there's somebody who owns a bunch of kaspas that's going to get mean with it, but it doesn't mean we can't bounce back up. But that's a good sign. Somebody trying to do something. Something happening. The nine's starting to bend over here beneath it, and that's making me think that we're coming at least down 11.6, at least. So. And if I'm wrong, I'm really cool with it because I really want numbers to go up just like you do. But I would need to see a break and hold above, well, above that moving average on the daily, for real. And this trend line. I was talking about SHIB. Requested guys, yeah, ADD. Well, we'd got this on the daily, stochastics headed down, which could find some support just a little bit lower and turn around like they did over here. Got a little red dot there, but you know, that's nothing. And be red dot, green dot. Can easily, well, doesn't show a whole lot of them that's done it in the past though. So let's take that into consideration. On the daily, and we just lost the non-moving average on the daily. So let's see. I'm going to pull out some friends here, see what they say. That's nice. That's a nice little cross that might be happening. There's the devil. Lucy's involved with this little guy. Okay, so I'd say she's probably going to touch that devil. Actually, if it were me, I would probably. I can see her coming back down and actually touching around that trend line. I wanted to try to draw a trend line here, but there's no guarantee that that's going to hold. But there's a little bit of support with the Lucy line being beneath it. So I can see a little bit more downside and hopefully bounce from there, but we got a nice, it's like a nice possible breakout idea. May have to tweak it a little bit, but yeah, I like what I'm seeing here. So layering, what I would be looking at doing right here is just layering in. I mean, if I were trying to structure a trade, and this is actually what I do a lot of times, and I just pure middlements. If I want to get some skin in the game, it's a little bit, and then a bigger order, and a bigger order where I'm at. And actually, on down here. Now, here's another strategy that I use along with the pyramid thing. You know how you get a trade set up? I don't know. Let's say that we were looking at this as being a breakout line. I mean, normally breakout strategy, I would get in there. If I had a trade set, that's what I'm trying to get to. If I had a trade set up, let me see if I can get a bottom line. Because I like the bottom of trend lines. Yeah, this will work. Symmetrical triangle sucks. I don't trust them as far as I can throw them, but I will use it for an example anyway. So let's say if I had a trade set up, here's something that I do different now that I didn't used to do, but I like it. You know how you do a trade setup and you got your stop loss and you put it down here, right there? And I like to do this so that I can get in on the bottom of a trend line and have a tighter stop loss. Yeah, well, I don't do that much anymore. I do something a little different. Because you know how when the market makers get going and they're really going to do a move, a lot of times you'll see them come down and they'll wick down and they'll stop people out, right? They just do, if they really want it. So you got to put a deep stop loss not to get stopped out, or face getting stopped out. Well, baby, what happens if you start putting a bigger order where you normally have a stop loss and they come down and wick it and then they go back up? You're in profit a hell of a lot quicker, and you got your biggest order there at the stop loss. By the time you get back up the trend line, you may already be in profit and ready to go. And then you, of course, depending on what exchange you're using and how it works, you set your stop loss even lower. It gives you that opportunity. But you got the bulk of your buy being at your stop loss area. Doesn't always hit, but if it does, and if it loses, okay, if it comes back up, you can usually get some to see if it's going to be a bearish retest or something. And by the time it comes up, you may be in profit or in a better place to get out. So you could exit if you thought it was going to reject there, or after it confirmed a rejection, and get out. Or if it did come back and you put your, you got a tighter stop loss somewhere below this. I mean, it just opens up some possibilities and gets you out of some awkward situations that the markets often tag you into. So just change the way that you approach it a little bit, and it can actually affect your performance better, because everybody's freaking out down here. I mean, look at the traders tonight. They get into a little trade, and as soon as the first red candles, they're already not letting their emotions get to them to get hurried to get the hell out. I mean, that's what this market does. And sometimes I think we're emotional. I see a lot of people saying they trade like a bot, and they don't. Their emotions get to them. And you need to be aware of that, because that's important. Being aware of your emotions, because I'm telling you, man, every time that you start getting elated, and you got to be aware when you feel that euphoria, because that's your sign to get the hell out or take a serious look at the market. And if you're too busy feeling the euphoria, you're going to miss it. It's just, you're going to make stupid mistakes if you get into your feelings and you get excited about it. Pump it up. Okay, maybe for a little engagement, but if you're just, and you're all confident and yeah, I'm the man, I got this, and my system is just balls, walls, always, yeah. Hey, I've been trading this for 15 years. You want to believe me, or are you just going to make up something and believe somebody else, some other YouTubers? You know, you get those little, that's the ego and all this. They're going to fuck up. Excuse my language, I'm sorry. They're going to mess up because you're all in your emotions and in your head. You're not where you need to be as being ejected on the charts. That's a hard lesson to learn. But get your ass kicked a few times in this market, and then you start getting humbled by that market. When you've been humbled by that market, well, you respect it a lot more. I do. I respect it a lot more because it's kicked my ass many a times. It doesn't kick my ass near as many times now as it used to because, well, I finally got some rules in place that keep me from doing as much stupid stuff, even though I still do. One of which is the main trend lines. Great place. My trade over. There's the exit right here. Not when price is so far away from the 21, or look, it's going to come to the 21 and then we're looking for a bounce. Okay, you can do that, but if it's doing it below my trend line, I'm already out, baby. Or, you know, that's my rules. Be out. If I'm not out, well, then I deserve whatever I get. Actually, Ched talks about that self-defeating behavior, that punishment behavior. Maybe I should re-examine that. I read about that tonight in his little trading wisdom book, which I highly recommend. I like Big Ched. Because I did that punishment. I do that punishment behavior. That's what I'm doing to myself over here on Big Unix because I got liquidated. I came out with just a little tiny amount. So I'm making myself earn it all back. And that's part of my punished behavior. Oh my, I got stopped out on something. What was my Bitcoin trade? My Rune trade is still, well, bless your heart, Rune. We're still going here.
Yippity yippity ki